Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hear Me Out Pitch, or if you're new, welcome to Hear Me Out Pitch. I'm Tim.
And I'm Willem.
And I got it this time.
You got it this time. This man was... It's been three... Yeah, three.
3 weeks since
Welcome to May, everybody. And I know it's late, but may the 4th be with you. That was a fun Star Wars day, so I think Tim had fun. So
I did.
Yeah, it was good. Anything new with you? No. Yeah, not for me.
No.
Single dude. Girls are dumb. That's about it. They're not dumb. Girls are lovely and wonderful. The girls I try to talk to, they're dumb. Just kidding.
Careful. You don't know who listens.
If and just friends in general. Some friends are just dumb. Ugh. Anyway,
I agree with that statement.
We're not here to talk about our drama. We're here to talk... Well, actually, we're here to talk about drama, just not our drama. And people... And it is kind of awkward. That's kind of fun we brought that up because we're here to talk about the Thunderbolts. Or
the new Avengers.
I wish they would have waited another week for that.
I know.
So, but... I loved it. I don't know about you, Tim, but I'm excited for the future of Marvel, maybe. Like, I think this was the first... I don't know. I loved it. Loved it. 10 out of 10. It was fun. And that's what we're going to talk about today. That's probably all we're going to do today. And hopefully, next week, we'll really get back on track with stuff. And also, we have a goal. And we're hoping to make it. You guys are finally going to get that short story we've been talking about. So,
yeah.
Wish us luck with that. So, yeah. All right, Tim. Well, I guess we're going to dive right in. And all in all.
So.
What?
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
It was good. I was scared he was bringing something out. Like, actually, we're here to... You've been served. Pulls out files. Crap.
I'm here to serve you a subpoena.
Oh, no.
And a cease and desist.
But I need that to go to the bathroom. Oh, okay. You said, okay, I see what
you might have to edit that out.
No, that is safe. That is funny. That's a dad joke, even though I'm not a dad.
That was funny.
All right. The Thunderbolts. No, it was...
I'm going to say it was a solid 9 out of 10.
It's grown that much on you?
Yeah.
I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Right? This is easily the best Marvel movie, maybe the best movie, no, best Marvel movie we've gotten since Endgame.
Yeah, because I've watched some pretty good movies.
I might like this more than Endgame. I think I do like this more than Endgame. Not quite as much as Infinity War.
No, Infinity War
but
was something special. Do you like it more than Captain America?
No.
Okay.
But that's because Captain America, the first Avenger is my number one. The Captain America, the first Avenger, in my opinion, is a 10 out of 10.
So I got to ask, as a Captain America fan, how do you like the U.S. agent John Walker?
I hate him, but I love him.
Hate him?
I hate him, but I love him.
What? Let me guess. I would like to take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess.
Here's why I'm thinking is because if you and John Walker have gone to high school together, he would have given you a hard time. Is that the sort of thing you're thinking of?
No.
Oh.
I mean, he would have. Definitely. He would have been the kind of guy that would have put me in lockers. But no. I love the character. I hate his actions, which is a good thing because that's the way they made him. He's supposed to be that way.
So did you watch did you watch his clips at least? Do you know what happened to him
Yes. I've seen enough of Falcon and Winter Soldier to know what's going on there.
I'm going to say a hot take, Tim. I don't really blame him for I think he lost control. And I think he got angry, but we got to remember that I forgot what the group was called. They were a group of rogue super soldiers, which we all were terrified of back in Civil War. And John Walker was an elite dude, a decorated war soldier, and honestly, to me, I think he's the best interpretation of what Captain America would. And hear me out why, is because he's not perfect. Mm-hmm. He's human, and I think he was my second favorite character for sure in the movie, but I think
not mine. He's pretty low on my list.
Really? Every scene he was in for me, I was like, I guess it's just how I take it. I think comes from, I don't know. I like how they made him grow, and I don't think he's perfect, but I think that they're definitely showing that he's trying, and that's all we can do. So he's not Moash.
No.
He's not Moash, but people treat him like he is. And it's like, okay, calm down. So.
Yeah. He is a traitor to what he stood for as Captain America. But I agree. He's not Moash. No, I do like his character arc in this movie. He went from the arrogant, stuck-up, self-centered jerk that he was really throughout all of Falcon and Winter Soldier to being a team player and caring about other people in his arrogant, self-centered way, but it showed some growth. And that's part of why I really liked this movie, is we got a lot of character growth from like everybody, especially Yelena. Like Yelena is my favorite character in the movie. Easily. I'm really glad that she was kind of the main character, the main focus of the movie. I loved all the other characters. I do wish Bucky had played a little bit more of a part in things. But at the same time, we've gotten a lot from Bucky, and he kind of needs a bit of a break from being in the spotlight. I don't know.
As well as he's just he's done everything. He's healed. I honestly, but we'll talk. We have a few questions about certain scenes, but
yeah. I think my favorite part about the movie was the way that it portrayed mental health.
It's the running joke right now. Oh, wait a minute, Tim. You know what we forgot to do? We got to say spoilers. Are we doing spoilers?
Yeah.
Yeah. From
this point on.
Spoilers. Very much so. Spoilers. I will definitely put a note beforehand.
I don't think we've spoiled anything
yet.
No,
we haven't. We just talked about John Walker, and we've kept it very vague. But from this point on, spoilers.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go right now. I hope you liked it. Welcome back.
Or wait until it comes out of the theaters and watch it on Disney Plus. Movie night. It's a good movie.
Go watch it in theaters. I want it to do well.
It's worth going to see in theaters. It's one of the few movies this year, in the last year, that I think was worth seeing in theaters. No,
not just in theaters. Full price.
Yeah, full price. Guys, Willem paid full price. This was a Friday night, not a Tuesday discount day.
I would have gone Thursday night. I would have.
Tuesday.
No.
Did they do discount?
No.
You mean opening night?
Like opening.
Opening night. I thought you meant the discount. I'm like,
I'm probably going to Fantastic Four after this movie, and also Superman. I think July is going to be just a month of movies for me. I am my money.
I will go with you to see Fantastic Four. I don't know about the Superman movie. I've not been super impressed with DC lately, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I also have a child on the way, so I can't spend a lot of money.
Oh, he told you guys! I don't think he's officially told you guys yet. I don't think you've told him.
I think I have. And most of the people watching probably already know.
Let me pretend that we have like millions of people. Let me pretend, Tim.
Yep.
I know. Well, for anyone that didn't know, Tim's about to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Dad of Tim. Can't call him Tiny Tim anymore. Daddy. Anyway.
No.
No.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Spoilers.
That's how that is. I think Yelena, she definitely was. Definitely. I
She
think
was
she's
the
my
highlight.
third favorite for me. She was the
Red Guardian.
No.
Oh.
But
Bob.
Bob.
Okay.
Bob was definitely
No. Yeah.
But
for me, Yelena, Bob, Red Guardian.
Honestly, Valentina for me was higher than Ghost because they didn't do anything.
Yeah, Valentina, then Ghost. Well,
do you know what?
Then John Walker.
Number
then Ghost.
one was Taskmaster for me. That's something. We'll go into that. But what I was saying before I freaked out about
That's a big spoiler.
Yeah. But the real spoiler that I was going to go into was, everyone's joke. The meme right now is that the power of friendship actually won. But guess what? I
did
actually liked it in this response because what were they going to do against spoilers? Sentry. I don't think most of you guys don't know about Sentry. I knew about it. I knew he was coming. And I knew that even with 3 super soldiers and John, I'm sorry to say, Tim, and people have pointed this out, John Walker might be the strongest out of all the super soldiers because he was kind of nearly superhuman before he got the serum. That's why he jumped. I don't think I've ever seen Steve jump that high. That elevator shaft scene freaked me out because he jumped and I was like, oh, that was he's gone. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, and then he came down and I went, oh, he's different. Anyway, it was, even with 3 super soldiers, a creepy ghost, and a former spy, like former elite spy, they weren't going to do anything against Sentry, who can break the Hulk. So,
yeah. Sentry is the equivalent of Superman. For those of you who don't know, he is Marvel's version of Superman.
The power of 1,000 suns. That's something that they mentioned, and it is so. Oh my gosh, he's so awesome. Sorry, I thought they did a good job. I know it was brief, and he was there, but okay.
We got his introduction.
We are
That's all we need.
To me, this was a great Yelena movie and a great intro movie to Sentry. I loved it. We didn't have to go too deep into his crazy past. It was, maybe we could get a Bob movie. Could you imagine? Marvel Studios presents Bob.
Yes.
Because he killed it to me. I felt my heart wrenched for him the whole time. He felt so sweet and innocent.
He was very personable, very likable. So kind of back to the mental health thing. Bob was probably the best. His whole situation was probably the best way to kind of describe poor mental health. As someone who has been there and struggled for a good amount of my life with mental health problems, and at some points being at that point where the void just feels so enticing. It did a really good job of making it connect, making me be able to connect. There were a lot of points where it was just you're seeing your failures, you're seeing your biggest mistakes, your biggest regrets, and letting that just kind of wail on you and drag you down and hold you down. But then with help from other people, you're able to get out. If you struggled with mental health at any point in your life, if you struggle now, friends will help. People will help.
There are resources.
Don't sit on your own. Don't try to tackle it on your own. You might be able to, but it will be a million times easier with other people.
Like it, like people think it's so like I can't believe a hug is what they beat him with. I'm like, they weren't beating Sentry with a hug. They were helping Bob overcome the void.
His void.
And it was wonderful, and it was crazy. And I don't know what Marvel's gonna do with Sentry in the future. I don't want him to be killed off. I want him to be something known out there, and I want him to overcome it in the future, and Sentry to become a wonderful hero.
I'd love to see a movie where Sentry and Bob are kind of separated into two different entities, and we see the dark version of Sentry and then Bob as Sentry. Kind of duke it out. That would be awesome.
We'll see.
I don't think they'll do it.
It would be, I don't know.
That would be the equivalent of Sanderson's deities fighting each other. Yeah. Destroying planets.
It's like, okay. It's a lot. Yeah. And I don't know, thinking about this movie since we saw Friday, so it's been 5 days.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah. And I think every day I keep thinking about new stuff. I see other people on social media posting about it. Mm-hmm. And it just feels good for everyone to be talking about a Marvel movie again.
Yeah.
Again, though, I want to say something about Captain America: Brave New World. We did not hate it.
No.
I had fun. I think it's finally out on Disney Plus. I was thinking of watching it sometime soon. Yeah. Probably this weekend.
It's a good movie.
I like
it. Genuinely, it surprised us.
It went into something that audience members could relate to a lot. And I think that's something that we've been kind of missing, is trying to keep not a trend, a moral, a storyline, something, a theme. Because the whole time there was a theme. There was a theme about a void. There was a theme about all of them facing something.
Well, and it stuck. It stuck to the theme, and it stuck to the feel and the vibe of the whole movie. The vibe never changed. This was not Thor: Love and Thunder, where something super serious like Bob's void is a joke. Like Red Guardian played his part in kind of keeping it lighthearted and making the jokes, but when he was serious, he was serious.
Oh my gosh,
you could feel it.
The little father-daughter moment between them. All the scenes with Alexei and Yelena interacting were my favorite. Like her looking at him, I never thought I would hear Yelena look at Red Guardian and go, "Daddy, I'm scared." I was like, okay, all right. It broke me. I was so taken aback. Like, okay, wow. And it's all crazy because the new Avengers this all took place in the Avengers Tower in New York.
Yeah. And
it was like we all went, okay, Marvel's trying to say, all right, we're bringing it
back to our roots. I loved the pacing of the movie too. There was never a dull moment. There was never a part where it's like, okay, this feels like filler. This feels like we're just waiting for the next thing to happen. No, it was, event after event after event after event. We got something important consistently every 10 to 15 minutes.
The jokes were, in my opinion, they ended up pretty fast. They carried on to the next serious step, like when they're in the oven. I call it the oven, the trap that it was set up. Or you have with Alexei, like, of course, him running, don't go in there. Like, of course, it was like, all right, this is kind of funny, but I knew that it led right to them getting chased. Bucky showing up, Bucky taking him out was nuts. I was like, oh. And then him holding all them down, and then it was... I heard that there was quite a few changes. Originally, they wanted like Taskmaster to be in it more, and she was going to have memory issues, and she would keep trying to kill John Walker throughout the movie, but they cut that. They were going to have John Walker be the main villain and have him become basically a Hulk, and she kept putting the serum inside of him, and he was going to be one of the big bads. And
I kind of like John Walker as kind of the anti-hero good guy.
I like him as the U.S. agent. I like him as a man. And I know you say that, again, this is going to be one where I disagree, because I think that and the reason why I say this is due to stories I've heard of people in the military, is sometimes they feel like they get told to do stuff, they do it, and then, to me, and this is me speaking as just a regular civilian, I don't really have it, but to me, I think John Walker really shows the mentality of some, not all, of some of our return veterans. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they'll just do whatever it takes to, again, I'm just saying, we see stories, we see them that they try to fill that, funny enough, void of service again. Mm-hmm. And he took a job with Valentina to try to fill that void. And I thought they did John Walker justice. I love that he has gotten more love. He's not a lovable character entirely,
but he's becoming a likable character.
Yeah.
And I agree. I don't hate his character. I dislike John Walker as a person, but that's kind of the point. The actor did a fantastic job.
He did such a good job.
Everybody in this movie, all of the actors did such a good job. Valentina was terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
2 steps ahead of everybody, and she
all the time
felt like a villain
who painted herself in a corner.
Yep. And then at the end, when she takes credit for creating the new Avengers, I remember what you said in the theater, and the people behind us laughed.
Oh.
And they agreed. And
I cannot repeat what I said.
No. But yeah, it was, she felt like a really good, solid villain that,
and seeing her little glimpse of her own void, or whatever she's trying to fill, I now have questions. And that's what I've missed about Marvel, is sometimes they show us something and you go, well, what was that? Mm-hmm. What? And now that character seems more interesting. She went from a scary, unknown, and funny enough, isn't she the ex-wife? She's the ex-wife of Martin Freeman's character from Black Panther.
I don't remember.
Bilbo Baggins?
Yeah.
Yeah, his character. Oh, did you not see Wakanda Forever?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was spoilers about that. But yeah, it turns out they were once married. So
got it.
And it's a thing. So I'm glad that they did well with her character. I thought she was awesome. She wasn't Amanda Waller scary, but she definitely was a twisted version of Nick Fury and Amanda Waller to me. I was like, what is this? Like, smiling. That's what bugged me, is the passive, like, hi. And I'm like, I don't like it.
She was like a happy Amanda Waller.
Yeah. And
which
freaks me
scary.
out, especially living in a place where you meet people like that. You're like,
having watched a lot of the older Justice League and seeing Amanda Waller,
I thought she was great.
Yeah, this was
absolutely great.
She was terrifying in a good way.
So is there? Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, you're good. I don't remember what I was going to say.
It's because I interrupted you, because I'm a
no.
jerk.
I started saying and I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh,
so
I'm terrible. My question is there anything what is one of your least favorite parts? Before we talk about favorite parts, like really big highlights, and we haven't talked about Bob a lot yet, but he's kind of we'll really get into it.
I think one of my least favorite parts was the whole dyeing Bob's hair thing. Like, that just felt like
Sentry's blonde.
Yeah, it just that felt like a really, I don't know. It felt kind of dumb.
And I think that was the point. I like how she's like, it's just going to match the image. And I like that it was...
I just think they spent a little bit too much time focusing on dyeing his hair. They kept going back to it. and it just felt.
Well, to be fair, he started to realize like I like that little bit because it's just that little micro thing that Bob goes, no, I did not like that. And he started standing up for himself. But then Sentry kind of took over, and it was my favorite line from him was, you know, how are they supposed to fight a god? Well, you're throwing around that god term a lot. Well, you said I could take on the Avengers, and one of them is a god. And I was like, oh my gosh. If I remember correctly, there are a few instances where Sentry has wielded Mjolnir, and he wasn't worthy. And he's still, you know. So,
yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with him. Oh, no.
Complete side note. That actor has now played 2 characters.
Two named Bob.
Yep. 2 characters named Bob.
His dad is the president from Independence Day. You've never seen Independence Day, have you?
No. It's on my list. That is one that I would like to watch. I haven't.
It's fine. This is what I have to work with. But he works really well. He works really hard. Dock his pay. I'm just kidding.
What pay?
What pay? Yeah. Your pay is food. You're gonna get less noodles now. Oh. Okay, I'll watch it. Oh my gosh. All right. I don't really know what else to really say. Just I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've mentioned kind of what I disliked. I think the biggest thing I disliked was I wish they would have had Taskmaster just a little longer. Because she was fighting. She was the only one that was fighting John Walker. And it was I thought that scene. Oh my gosh, guys, though. I need to tell you, I am terrified. Because in this movie, if you all have seen it, we hope you all have, you know, Valentina sets Ghost, Taskmaster, Yelena, and John to all go against each other. Yelena goes for Ghost. Ghost goes for Taskmaster. Taskmaster goes for John, and John goes for Yelena. Lovely. Watching it, I'm like, I'm loving this dynamic. They're all defending and fighting. Tim, this man, leans over, and I lean over because I see him leaning, and he goes, I'm going to do this for D&D one day. And I went, oh my gosh.
Our next campaign's going to start that way.
Oh my gosh. And I just went, that's insane. And I love that. I loved it because it just works. How do you kill a great spy? Yeah, go with someone who can just blunt through anything that she throws at him. How do you kill Taskmaster who can mimic everyone? Give her someone that she can't mimic. Ghost. How do you kill Ghost? A nice, just clean bullet to the head. Like, it was just so good. And it really stinks that Taskmaster was cut off so early. It would have been really nice. But what I will say is Ghost seemed upset about it later on. She seemed to regret it. She realized that she killed someone who was very much like her. Mm-hmm. An experiment, a tool. They all were. All of them were just tools being used, and now they're something greater. Now, what was your favorite? Some of your favorite moments?
I think my favorite moment is when Yelena just hugs Bob and kind of pulls him away from the void. Because again, as someone who has felt that void and had people to help pull me away from it, and not let the void take over, it kind of hit hard in a deep, very personal way.
I love how all of them immediately,
everybody, including John Walker, which, like, throughout the movie, John Walker kind of just hated Bob, and Bob hated John, and then as they kept going, there kind of became almost like a brotherly kinship between the two. Slowly.
You want to know a sweet thing that people have noticed, and I kind of noticed it, is he always called him Bobby. when we're looking at the scene, and Bob didn't seem to like it. But then we get a flashback of Bob's life. His father, before he attacks him, calls him Bobby. But then when he runs to help Bob, he calls him Bob. And I was like, oh, he matured. I think that there's hope for... I think John is going to be someone we're all going to love. I'm going to say it.
I hope so.
I
hope John has his redemption arc.
John is going to be Marvel's Zuko. And don't be all like Bucky. No.
No, Bucky was more
brainwashed.
Bucky was more of an Iroh to begin with, I think.
Yeah. They just was also... I don't think brainwash really counts in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But for a character to slowly redeem, recover, and become something, I hope. I hope we get a Kaladin type thing from him, not a Moash, because that could still happen. Oh, I think I think really one of my favorite scenes, other than that, because that was... I really love that scene, but I think one of my favorites that I think about it a lot. Not just it goes hand in hand with Yelena and Alexei talking. I love that scene because he kept saying to her, "Your light shines, your light," like all this stuff. They kept mentioning her light, and I loved it. And he was such a good character. But when she jumps into the void and he loses it, David Harbour got me so good. Matt, he's grabbing his face. You have to have two other super soldiers hold him back because he just thought he lost the last person. And I thought it was really sweet. He to me was the biggest scene stealer.
Yeah.
To me it goes Bob, John Walker, Yelena, Alexei. Honestly, I don't really hate anyone in this movie. There was no one I really... Because they
all of the characters played a part, and they played their part well.
And it just felt good, and I hope... And we're setting up for another Civil War, probably. It's probably going to be Bucky against... I don't know.
Sam.
It'd be really cool if all three of them, Bucky, Sam, and John... all are suited up in their own variants of Captain America suits. Because John has his. I love his U.S. agent look. Love it. It's one of my favorites. Bucky's, I've shown it to you, is it's the black suit with the triangle. Love it. And then we have Sam's, which I absolutely love Sam's. I think if we had a scene with all three of them working together at some point, I would die. And I hope that they fight Captain Hydra. I hope they convince Chris Evans and he's going to be Captain Hydra.
I think it's been confirmed that in Doomsday, Chris Evans is going to be playing 8 characters or something.
I just
including Captain Hydra.
I just want him to just be one. I want him to just be Captain Hydra. And then I also need a good bite, because the thing is, do you think he's dead? I don't think they ever showed him. They've had he ran away, but they have no idea where Steve Rogers is. And I would love for him to just get a final goodbye with all three of those men in some way. He congratulates John for becoming a better man, tells Bucky, you finally, did what I wanted you to do. And then Sam, it's Sam, you did everything I knew you would do. So just love it. Oh. Okay, can we talk about the Fantastic Four thing?
I think we should save it.
Oh. Okay, we'll save it. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else for me to say except it felt good. It felt good.
It felt like what Marvel used to be.
It felt nice walking out of a theater
and being happy
about
the movie we just saw.
And I gotta say, Thor: Love and Thunder isn't as bad as Ant-Man, but you all have to admit, those two aren't that good.
No. I mean, sub 5 is not great.
No.
And both of those movies were sub 5.
And
hopefully, one was...
I really hope we get No, I really do want a Civil War to come, another one. That would be awesome. I want Shang-Chi to be with Sam. I need them to bring these characters back and slowly just fix these things.
Let's bring the characters together, draw us all into what we're supposed to have for Doomsday.
I think it's going to be fun.
I think Doomsday is going to kill off a lot of our favorite characters, but we'll talk about that when that draws closer.
Okay, here's the thing. Do you think Secret Wars, if Marvel said Secret Wars will be their last movie and said Marvel will be done for a while, maybe they'll do shows like Andor or whatever. But if Marvel said Secret Wars will be our last project for a hot minute, would you be upset? Okay.
No.
I hope it's good. They have really big shoes to fill, though, because nothing will top Infinity War and Endgame, which is a great combo. So, but yeah, that's, I think, everything I want to talk about.
Same. Go watch the movie if you haven't. It is genuinely a really good movie.
Is there anything you would have added?
No.
I
I liked it the way it was.
I can't think of anything either. Maybe a few of the jokes taken away, and maybe just Taskmaster a little longer. That would have been it. Other than that, I think I'm satisfied with my care.
Yeah.
You want to say anything before we close?
Yeah, just my usual, Thanks for watching / listening. And until next time, just be kind, love each other, and try to fill that void with something a little bit brighter.
Oh my gosh, that's... Oh. Yeah, he took it. He took my line. But yeah, I'm excited for what Marvel's going to do. And until next time, we'll see you later, pitches. Bye.
Bye.